Money.
We're chump change.
It's Wednesday.
Baby. Patrick Bateman.
Peter Michaels, the Road The Stage. Hello.
I am actually kind of surprised there's not a Leafs jersey on your body today.
Not just yet. Not just yet.
Because we are going to have to
hours.
watch the scheduling of who we're booking and what times for the next little while, right? Like the next week probably, and then we won't have to worry about it?
Yeah, probably not after Game 4. I will try my best. I don't see too many issues.
Okay.
Don't see too many issues.
Okay.
I can always put it on in some back corner of the studio.
What's the routine? Do you have like I will have to watch big games alone. I think maybe we've talked about this.
I'm not sure because there's a show tonight at Bo's too that
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to check out a few minutes of, but this is definitely interfering a little bit, and I don't imagine I'll be able to watch it at Bo's at the same time as the show. And I would not expect that. So yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm planning on watching it by myself, I think, but I might actually have an opportunity depending on how long the series goes. I'm going back home to Toronto in a couple weeks. Might have an opportunity to see that outdoor tailgating area.
You don't have any hookups for tickets to get into
Fuck
games?
no. I just
No.
no. Hell no. Hell no. That would be pretty crazy though. That'd be pretty crazy.
So for tonight's show, I'm not 100% sure I can make it to Bo's. It's my daughter's 18th birthday. And we've been the last couple of weeks like, what do we do? What do we get her? You want it to be memorable? And I said, like, I have no idea what I got for my 18th birthday. Your 18th birthday? And is it different in Ontario because you're still a year away from, really being able to?
Sure, you're an adult, but you can't go to the bars.
Right.
Can't legally buy booze.
So is 19 bigger than 18?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. We out east, we decided not to stunt our growth by drinking a year early. I'm joking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. So you do have some good stuff planned?
Well, I hope so, but I don't know. I'm sure my parents thought they had good stuff planned for my
Fair
18th,
enough.
but I really have no recollection at
I
all.
smell a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I hope that your daughter's 18th birthday is as exciting as the last few days that I've had.
It's been
Holy
almost
fuck.
back to basics, right?
I mean, no.
Not back to basics, but back to the normal.
I had friends fly in from Toronto on Wednesday night. I did not go to bed before 2:33 in the morning for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Total write-off this weekend.
Old man Bateman.
But Thursday night, got to show them the Bo's experience with Geneza, great local band, and Misery Signals, and Comeback Kid and Cancer Bats. And then on Friday night, got to show them the Palomino experience with Core Blund. It's quite a turnaround.
And now
24-hour turnaround.
Your buddy got into the pit? Was he I noticed he stayed
Steve
just
was
on
in
the
there.
outside.
They're hardcore vets.
Okay, yeah.
For sure. Jerica and I were kind of on the edge for most of it, but yeah, he was in there a few times.
Yeah, it's honestly like
it was a clean, respectful, safe pit.
Like,
yep.
I think I'd made a comment afterwards about so much love in a room, and I think some people might have thought that being sarcastic, but it was.
Yeah, no one.
Everybody looks after everybody. People jumping up on stage, and the band's completely fine. Just stay out of their way.
I did see one. There's one woman who I think she got piled on by accident at the edge of the pit, and that really upset her for a minute. But her friend was there to give her a nice hug and wipe the tears away. You're fine. No trampling here. But yeah, it was funny because I was pretty messed up if I'm being honest. But I was just chilling on the edge of the pit. I don't know what you call it, but it was a lot of fun, and yeah, there wasn't any violence really. It was just
no dummies.
It was a good push mosh for sure.
So
then
then
a lot of fun.
the complete juxtaposition to that, was it the following night? Was it back-to-back nights?
Yeah, dude. 24 hours later.
From mosh pits to cowboy hats.
24 hours later. Thankfully, I only got stuck behind one cowboy hat for the Corb set, but very, very cool. Steve has seen him, I think, well over 10 times. He says that's the best set he's ever seen. So he played. Steve was, because I'm not like I'm not experienced with that music. I've listened to Corb off and on throughout the years, but I'm not totally familiar. And Steve played me a number of songs to prepare me for the set.
Yeah.
He played every single one.
Every one. So the hits were all there, and then some of the covers from the new album.
He only did. I don't even know if he did a song from the covers album. Yeah, he did 2 from Agricultural Tragic, which is his 2020 record.
Yeah.
And then mostly, I guess hits that I'm very barely familiar
Truck
with.
got stuck. Shine up your boots, $5 bill. No
trucks.
truck?
No. I don't know if he plays that.
I've seen him play it before.
Have you?
That's going back a few years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we heard
$5
that.
bill.
I don't know about that
Shine
one.
up your boots.
Don't know about that one. No.
Hair in my eye like a Highland steer.
I don't think so.
All
no.
right. Okay.
Cows Around?
Cows Around.
That was a good
huge.
song.
Cows
Bible
Around
on the
is fun.
Dash was really funny. Yeah, no, it was, and his band is incredible.
Yeah.
Fuck, his bass player. Oh my God, switching between just a standard electric bass and a stand up, and playing the harp and the stand up at the same time it was cool. Really, really good band. So
I got Royal Blood in last week.
Yeah, Cleopatra
show. Cleopatra opened.
Mm-hmm. How was that? That's her first time seeing them, right?
They're phenomenal.
Is it they're just still a duo, or
still
what?
a duo,
Yeah.
and just raw and angry.
Cool.
And yeah, it was
Cool.
good. And then Royal Blood is super polished. Sounds fantastic, but just a great clean show.
Yep.
And then that Bat show was obviously awesome. We're hoping for one tonight.
Yeah,
Dan
Del Barber.
Mangan.
I mean, it's a crazy week. We got Dan. By the time you listen to this, Dan and Georgia Harmer will have been last night or previously, and Shaky Graves and Begonia as well on Thursday.
I'm taking my kids to Billy Talent.
When's that?
And
Tomorrow?
Nobro tomorrow.
Right.
Looking forward to Nobro.
Nobro and Billy Talent, and who else?
Anti-Flag.
Oh, wow. Oh, so Nobro, Anna Flag,
Flag.
Billy Talent. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
But it's all, like I say, it's back to this is the same type of week we would have had 2 years ago, right? Like
yeah,
5 shows in 7 nights, 5 shows in 8
It feels good. It feels good. It was definitely, it was weird seeing a show not at Bose too, because I feel like that's been my home for a long time now. But yeah, first time I've seen a show at the Palomino in probably like 5 or 6 years, which was a lot of fun. It was a pretty interesting crowd. Shows are back. It seems that way, right?
Loving it.
We got more show announcements coming. It's a crazy time.
And I did run into at that Royal Blood show in Edmonton, Dustin from Go Services.
Oh,
Inc.,
nice,
one of our
nice,
good friends.
nice.
So I had no idea he was there, and the show ended.
Well,
and
he
all of a sudden
told
I
us
felt
he had
the
those.
tap on the.
He told us he was seeing Cleopatra like a year ago, right?
So I think
Yeah.
he said it was his brother is a huge Cleopatra fan,
Right.
and kind of likes to follow him there. And so they didn't play Calgary, because I know Gone Cosmic got thrown in,
Oh,
but
well,
Cleopatra didn't play. Gone Cosmic was a replacement for Cleopatra.
no,
or did they play?
think they were just the local opener.
Okay, I talked to somebody that they thought that Cleopatra might not have played that show.
Oh, wow, interesting. No, I didn't know that. I'm not sure actually. I haven't talked to Marcello of Gone Cosmic since that show, which looked like a crazy thing. I think did we talk about it last week? They just got randomly selected or somehow asked to play that show the night of, like a few hours later. That's crazy.
No notice. It's beautiful.
It
Get
is.
on it.
It's a beautiful time, and it's a beautiful time here. I was very happy that my friends got to check out Communal Creative Studios here and spend some time with producers Ryan and Ryley. Because, it's nice when most of your good friends are on the other side of the country. You don't often get to provide context with the people you've been spending a fuck ton of time with. And I got to do that. It meant a lot to
And
me.
anybody
It's good.
watching the show too sees this part, but there's a whole other
Yeah.
room. There's
Yeah,
a whole
yeah.
rest of the room in here to check out.
Yeah.
And the
It's,
Green Monster.
The Green Monster. I haven't heard it referred to as that. That's a good one, actually. I like that quite a bit. I finally watched that Last One Laughing show, by the way.
Oh,
did you ever
and
finish it?
I did, yeah. Well, because you have to finish it. The finish is phenomenal.
It's so easy. It's so easy to finish. We watched it in one day, and I think that might be the greatest reality concept I've ever seen.
Right, and did you
How
feel that way
easy.
after the first couple of episodes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How easy is that? You get 10 comedians to commit to an 8-hour day where they can't laugh for 6 hours?
Yeah.
You could film 8 of those in a week and have 8 years of content.
Are you going to run out of comedians?
No, there's no way. There's no way. It's shocking to me that there isn't an American version, though.
Because this was
There's-
based off a
There's
British.
Australian, there's British, there's
Yeah.
French, there's, I don't know, friggin' Brazilian. It's everywhere in the world except for the U.S. But, yeah, I thought it was – I was watching it, and I was thinking to myself, I cannot wait for the All-Star season.
Right.
Season 10 when they bring
All
all
the
the winners
winners.
together, or the second place, the runners up.
I've been waiting for the delicious cheese sandwich merch, which I'm
yes.
sure it's probably out there.
I was just saying that to someone this morning. That was really, really funny. But yeah, definitely worth checking that show out. That was a lot of fun.
That's good.
A lot of very easy fun. A
Good
lot
laughs.
easier than Ozark, that's for sure.
Still haven't finished that yet.
Well, you got
That, Mrs. Maisel. Did you get on the new season of Maisel?
No.
You didn't like the first few seasons?
No, I loved it, but I'm not seeing anything good about this new
I
season.
have seen nothing about
Like
it.
literally nothing. It's like
Okay.
they barely marketed it at all.
I did. We're
It's
actually
weird.
going through Breaking Bad again. So my
Wow.
15-year-old hadn't seen it, and he was. So I thought, whatever. I think this is my 3rd or 4th go around with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying it?
Yeah, it's funny though, and he's like right into it. We're just in like halfway through season 2.
Yeah.
And he's right into it, and I'm kind of I wouldn't say I'm bored,
Yeah.
but it does take a little. Once you go back and rewatch that show, and you know everything that comes, and that's what I said. I'm like, dude, you think this is good?
Mm-hmm.
Just wait.
Yeah, well, there you go. So wait, okay, I won't ask any questions. Might need a refresher myself, anyways.
Okay.
I do want to say before we move on to today's episode, there's an album that came out from an artist that's performing at Bose tomorrow, Georgia Harmer. It is fucking amazing. It's a first record, I think. I mean, she was in school for general arts, wasn't even planning on really becoming a songwriter, I don't believe, or a published songwriter. But she was touring, and she was the backup vocals for Alessia Cara for a while. And now she's put out her first record, and it's really good.
In relation to Sarah.
Yep, and Sarah Harmer's niece. I guess her parents actually met in Sarah Harmer's band, which is kind of cool. Because Sarah Harmer's got such a legacy in this country.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But we talk about don't miss the opening band all the time.
Never miss the opening band.
I hope you did not miss the opening band at Dan Mangan
Who
at
opened
Bose
for
last
Corb?
night. Her name was Amy Nelson. We did not get there in time, but she performs a lot at South Block Smokehouse and Brewery in Calgary. So she did get up for a song with Corb, which was pretty sweet.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. Hopefully we'll, maybe we'll get to talk to Corblund one of these days.
Maybe.
But
something.
not today, because we had Altameda hanging out in the back office, Brendan's office again at Bose just a few weeks ago. And their new album, Born Losers, is out too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you're still spinning it?
Still spinning it,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
They're very, very talented.
Very good.
We're going to post a song that they recorded for us on the stage at Bose to the Communal Creative Studios YouTube channel. And they did 2 takes, I think.
Was it just the 2 or was it 3? 2 for
we
sure.
do 2 or 2 takes. I think 2 is a
2 is it?
2 takes.
Yeah.
I don't think they needed to do a second take, but both time it was so crisp and clean and tight. It was really good. I wish I could have made that show that night.
That whole show was exactly the same way.
Yeah. Very, very cool. So shout out to Eric and Troy from Altameda for sitting down on today's episode of the Road The Stage. So you're back at Bose for the first time, and what did you guys figure out how long it's been?
Well, we were here in the fall,
Right.
That was like
and that was sort of like
very
one of those like weird windows where people were like, "Can we do stuff again?"
Yeah.
And but before that, it was probably like 2 years.
Yeah.
Or
That true show would have been, I think, if I remember correctly, it was February of 19, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We probably came. We might have done one at in January or February of 2020.
Well, the Dan Mangan show was after that.
Yeah, you guys got
I
the.
was just gonna say, there's a bunch
There you
of
go.
random
Oh, that's
posters all
November
over
of
it.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, and
So-
that one's July 20th.
Yeah, so I think that one
There was one that we came back.
maybe was
for,
the last one.
Yeah, maybe
I
that
remember.
one.
We've been here quite a few times.
Many times. And you're
Yeah.
from Alberta, too.
I was
right?
just
Yeah.
gonna say,
You
how long
are
have you
too,
guys
yeah.
been set up in Toronto now?
I've been out there for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
almost
pretty much
almost 2 for me. as well.
right before the pandemic.
And what's it like coming home now after 2 years?
It's
kind of
great.
away?
It's awesome.
It's nice. It's nice. I mean, Toronto's a nice change of pace for sure, but I still love coming out here and seeing
Yeah.
my family and our friends and stuff. And I always love coming to this venue, and I get excited about bringing we got new guys playing with us, and they're really excited to come here and eat and get treated nice. And it's pretty rare that you actually play. It seems like it's more of a norm in Europe to go to a place where they're and we have food and a place
Yeah.
to stay, and then. There's a lot of places in North America that you almost feel like you're putting people out by playing a show,
Yeah.
but
We've heard a
but
lot
anyways,
of those
yeah,
stories.
it's really nice to come. And Brennan's just always been everyone here is so good, and Brennan's been such a nice supporter of ours, and since the first time we ever came and played here, so
Gives
Yeah.
up his office.
Yeah.
Lots to do.
Here we
interviews
are,
in.
Brennan's office. We're the Road The Stage.
Drinking all his booze.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we can really make too much of a dent, but
Yeah, that's true.
He
We'll
will
try.
miss
We
a bottle of
might
absinthe.
all pass out.
Eric's got some nice pre-show wine going, right?
Yeah.
Dinner wine.
I
That's
ordered
okay.
the brie off of the menu, so I figured
Ooh.
I'd swank it up with my
Yeah.
beverage choice.
Very nice.
See if I have to
You
have a
got
nap before the
the
show.
Amber Lager from
just-
Field
yeah.
and Forges. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Is
another
this
thing
local?
that's always
Yeah,
sweet.
out of Innisfil.
Because every time we come here, there's always a nice selection of beers and snacks.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
oh
man,
man,
you
it's
mix
the
it up.
best. It's the best.
Get off stage and there's a huge platter of.
I was gonna say, does it take
Beige
some
food.
restraint, and especially with the food, right? Because
Yeah.
you can go nuts, and you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
really want to.
I mean, even
You
right
gotta
now.
perform in a little
Yeah.
bit.
Even right now, I just had a bunch of fried chicken, so I'm in, like a weird coma.
There's a spot in Calgary that we used to play a lot called the Palomino. I'm
Yep.
sure you guys have been to, and like a lot of the times, I think that like the rookie mistake is to eat before you play.
Especially
You get
at
a
Altameda.
meal. Yeah, you get a meal with the show or with your whatever, and the rookie mistake is to eat before you play. You got to learn to just like, I'm gonna order, play the set, and then my food will be ready, and then I can
pass out.
Yeah, so I don't have like the meat sweats while I'm playing.
So you're learning as you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now, what about South by Southwest? Because you guys are just back from that.
Yeah.
That was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a
And,
couple
and
weeks
how many times have you been there?
Twice.
Okay,
How many
so-
shows this time?
4.
Oh wow.
Yeah, last time was 4 or 5. So
Yep.
not like this year was like significantly pared down with the way that they did the. I mean, it was still
was
massive,
bananas.
but like a lot of people had kind of sat it out just because they didn't know. I think more of the international partners, but yeah, it was awesome. And but yeah, I think like years prior to that, we hear more stories of the people doing like 20 shows in 5 days or something like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like too crazy, but it was awesome. Like it was like we drove down from Toronto, which took a few days, and kind of like gave ourselves that time to sort of like acclimatize to the country, because I think we were both like, I don't know what it's gonna be like going down there, and like sure enough, it just like was a very different vibe than it has been in Canada, especially in Toronto and Alberta. Have been like slow to kind of come back to things. I mean, you guys had the
Best summer
the
ever.
hot boy summer, yes.
Well, Hot Boy Summer is this year,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
I think
yes.
Hot Boy
This will be the
Summer is
real Hot
coming
Boy
up.
Summer.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Last summer was just best summer ever.
Yes.
True.
So
Yeah.
Toronto was pretty slow on things, which was like kind of nice. But to have that time to sort of like acclimatize to the U.S. And a friend of mine came up to Austin from Houston, he lives there, and he was like, it's been like this for like a year here. So that
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, COVID is OV.
Plus, it's funny because I mean I've never been to Texas, but Austin is the progressive center of
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Texas, aka the South. But,
Yeah, it's
Sure.
an outlier for sure.
I wonder, do you know if that city's like kind of like if they moved at the same pace as the rest of the state? Do you know? Like, do they have the power to like?
It didn't seem like it would have held back
Just
really.
free.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't. It just seems like people just have their own autonomy there, where they're like, "This is what we're doing."
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Because there's no social programs or anything.
Yeah.
Obviously, so it's like
Yeah, there's no
difficult to
healthcare.
convince people to fall in line to
Yeah.
mask mandates and stuff like that. So like,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. But
Yeah, you could tell it was different, but it is certainly you can just I think South by Southwest accounts for like a lot of the tourism in Austin.
Yeah.
It's like really I don't know if revitalize is the right word, but I think it really helps the city a lot and the economy there, and so there is this like sort of, it reminds me a lot of sort of like if Edmonton and Calgary were sort of like one bigger city and then injected with steroids, but it has that vibe, and it doesn't quite have the same feel as like Dallas or Houston.
Right.
There's a much more like liberal feel to it,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of that has to do with being down there during the festival, because we've been down there before when it wasn't South by Southwest, but it still has that like that vibe to it.
And obviously, yeah, the art scene is huge
Yeah.
in Austin, where you
Massive.
don't really necessarily think
Well,
of that when you
especially-
think Dallas or.
Yeah,
totally.
exactly.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not really music towns in that.
Yeah, it feels like that's like an export of that town. Or
Did you guys get to see any sets other than playing your own?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
yeah, we saw some great bands.
Saw this band called Witch. That's like this like African like psychedelic
Oh wow.
band from like I don't know the 70s or something.
Yeah,
And then
I think there's only like one original member that's still
Wow.
alive.
2 of them or something. Yeah. And then that was cool.
I saw a great band from New Orleans called Silver Synthetic. That was really cool. And we went and watched the Texas Gentlemen did a
yeah, that was a
show.
cool show.
Um,
We met outside of that show. We met this actor Ty Sheridan.
Yeah. Oh really?
from
Oh
X-Men.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cyclops.
He like
Yeah,
he
Cyclops.
approached us and we had no idea. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, his partner was from Calgary. And
Yeah.
so when we met
Really?
him,
Yeah,
we were
which
from
was
Edmonton.
very
She was like, oh, that's cool.
And is he American?
He's
I
from
think he's
Austin.
from Austin.
Oh
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought he was British.
No.
Yeah, but like it was funny because I don't think everybody knew who he was,
Yeah.
and then we like Googled him later. And we're like, oh, that guy's like kind of a massive
Well,
celebrity.
because we were inside of the show, and then I remember Eric was like, hey, that's Ty Sheridan over there. I was like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah,
and then we were standing outside, and I think he like bummed a cigarette off of somebody, and then we just started talking.
That's sweet.
Yeah, he was super nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
just had no
cool.
idea who he was.
It's cool to be down there and just kind of like see
Yeah.
like who's around. Like the first time we were there, we saw Hilary Swank just like going around shopping. We're like,
Which was weird. Yeah.
that's cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's a crazy time, and this year there was like a whole other kind of element added to it with COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it was definitely like you could feel people were like, this is the first thing I've like been at, and I'm just like ready to kind of let loose a little bit. So it was great.
So we just heard you guys play a song,
Yes.
Yes.
which will be released online. So that's Neon,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and one of the 4 singles off the new record, which April 15th, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling?
Great.
Good.
Yeah,
really
the
good.
singles are like really
Thanks,
really
dude.
good.
Thank you,
Oh,
man.
And that song
very much.
especially. Fun.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, we have one other single that's going to come out with the record, and then
Cool.
we're excited to get the whole thing out because there's other songs on the record that are like my favorites that aren't singles. So.
Cool. Right on. And are we to assume, much like every single other band that we've talked to over the last year, that this record's been worked
Long
on
time
for
in
a
the
lot
making.
longer than you
Yes.
would think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like June 2020
Oh
we made
fuck!
it.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been sitting on it for like an insane amount of time. Like since we made it, we have like a whole other record written and partly recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which is nice, but it's crazy. It was just sort of like all of the like label people and stuff that we're working with. Fair enough. They were just sort of like they wanted us to be able to tour it and support it
Yeah.
in that way. So that it was like challenging mentally, just because you start to just kind of like lose perspective on it or something when it's
Yeah.
been that long. Like you're like, I don't even know if this is good anymore. Like,
I was
is
just gonna say,
is
does
this
it give you
music?
too much time to overthink
Yeah, and
things
then
and
you
go, you know what,
overthink it.
maybe we should
Yeah.
change and
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you second guess yourself and stuff. But thankfully, like with this record, I am still really happy with it, which I feel like, in the past.
Yeah, we've never really like done any. We've never like really waited to like complete anything so that we have that time to second guess. It seems like as soon as we have like a mix that we're happy with, we just like get it to mastering and then let's like never touch it again. Other than like once in a while you'll like listen to it and be like, is this still good? I think I'm still happy with this. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like I think like some people or other people may like hold out for that like last stage in case like 6 months down the road they're like, actually I think that we need to change like this about it. But we've never really done that before. We just always kind of like move on to the next thing.
The
And-
privilege of extra time.
Yeah,
Or is
I
it?
mean,
Or is it?
Yeah,
Yeah. First thought, best thought.
that's I
Yeah,
think more the like MO.
Because we were, like with we had kind of gone into it with like a pretty like solidified idea of what we wanted to do with it, and like working with Tom, who engineered it, and then Tucker Martine, who mixed it. Like they both just did like such an incredible job.
Yeah.
So we were just really happy with what they did.
Cool. Well, it's
Yeah.
exciting.
And
Yeah.
you guys
More
have,
weeks.
You've released previous albums on vinyl,
Yes,
and we know that there is a pretty big shortage right now on
Yeah,
getting vinyl
yeah.
made. So, is there plans for vinyl?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Were you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
able to get that done?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got it all in pretty early. I think the test pressings from the UK are like on their way to my house right now.
Yeah.
I haven't
Cool.
even seen a copy
Yeah.
of it yet, but I imagine in the next couple of weeks we'll see something.
Yeah.
We have to go to
That's
Europe
exciting.
at the end of April, so maybe they might have some of them. But yeah, it's exciting to like have. I was just setting up the merch, and I was like, oh, in 2 weeks I'll have like another
Another one,
thing to
yeah.
put up here. This is kind of exciting.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Just in time for the Euro trip, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How many dates over there?
I think it's coming now to like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Just a quick kind of like we'll go for like a couple weeks and
Yeah.
then we come back and we have a longer run through sort of North America, and we've had this sort of one tour in the works for the last couple years that has been like canceled and rebooked and canceled again and then rebooked again, and so that finally came through. But we're going to be opening up for the Zombies across like North America for a few weeks. Which is
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
pretty
Yeah,
bonkers.
it's really insane.
I don't really
Yeah.
know how to make any sense of it, but
Yeah.
it's like in the calendar, and I'm they seem like they're really, really nice people, and from all the interactions we've had with like their management, they said that they're great people to tour with. So I'm super excited for
That's
that.
wild.
And
man.
the guys in the band now, are they
They're
tour
orig-
veterans, or is this
they're
kind of their
origi-
first time
oh,
experiencing this?
Oh,
or-
in our band?
in your
Oh,
band, yeah.
that actually. So for that tour, we're just going as a duo.
Just
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just wanted an acoustic, I think all the opening acts on that tour, they just wanted to keep it acoustic so that they weren't taking up too much stage footprint.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine, honestly.
Any venues on that tour that you're particularly excited to get to?
Yeah, there's some really. It's a lot of like theaters, soft
Yeah.
seat theaters and stuff, which is I think new for us. We've done like a couple runs where like there's maybe like a handful of theaters and like clubs, and they're all kind of sprinkled in and amongst each other. But this one's mostly that there's a show at the First Ave in Minneapolis.
Okay,
Pretty
Which,
nice.
yeah, and then there's a couple really cool ones throughout, like in Chicago, the Old Town School of Music is like, and it's wild too because a lot of them are like selling out, and we're kind of just like, oh my god, this is like happening. This is it's just like a weird first time for us, which is exciting.
Yeah, and I imagine like just touring the two of you is going to be kind of a nice change of pace.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
It'll be nice and sort of like, I don't know. We've been sort of working out this like duo set as well because we're gonna be doing when we're in Europe, the UK stuff. We're gonna bring a band, and then when we're doing a bunch of shows in the Netherlands, just as us. So
Right.
it's kind of like a sort of it's nice to kind of I don't know diversify.
Keeps it really fresh.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I
Yeah.
imagine that's what you guys are doing in the creative process too. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we have a studio in Toronto that we've just been working out for the last year now, and yeah, so all the writing and everything is being demoed and recorded by just us, and so that's been a nice sort of like new approach to doing everything. Whereas before, a lot of it was just like we'd have band practice, and so like things. Yeah, over the last couple of years, like things have really like evolved into something that were like something maybe I never really expected it would be, but it's
Right.
been actually really refreshing. So.
So has the move to Toronto like helped a lot? Do you think with your direction?
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like the people that we've been able to like work with and
Yeah.
stuff out there, like the guy who produced this new record, Tom Darcy, like he has a really, really great setup and is just really fantastic at what he does. So like to be able to go into the studio, he's just like very fast and very efficient, and so to be able to go into the studio with him at work has been like kind of a crazy experience because he will send daily sort of like mixes, and you can you just really start to like see the bigger picture very quickly with him,
Right.
which has been great. But also we've been spending a lot of time demoing and being able to bring stuff to him that's like much more like fully realized, whereas before it was a lot more like, oh, we like made a new song, cool, like let's like go out on tour and we'll like put it in the set, and then when we go to record it, we'll all just like play it, and then
Which
there's
is
never
sometimes-
really there's never really like a fresh perspective on it. It's just like, oh, now we have a recording of like this song we've been playing for a while. So to have the sort of assets of everyone in a band not there anymore, it's a lot more like building sounds and exploring the sonic element of things just a little bit more, and that was sort of like one thing that we definitely wanted to sort of keep as a, I guess in grade 5 science terms it would be the manipulated variable of the situation. And we wanted to make sure that like we weren't like making mistakes that like maybe on other records we were like, and I didn't really like how that sounded there, so like let's this time like, so like it was funny, like we almost approached this new record being like, how about like no electric guitars or something, and it obviously like made its way into it, and that I wasn't bothered by that, but we made it like a very concerted effort to like try to not do something we had done before.
Yeah.
But obviously like being that it's still the two of us and we're still writing, there is that through line. So yeah.
I think mission accomplished based on the first few songs that we've
Thanks,
heard.
man.
Awesome, thank you so much.
So we're like 3 hours away from set time. What's the next? What happens in the next 3 hours before you guys go on stage? Is it just chilling?
I just drink some wine.
Drinking wine. Maybe go to I know the other guys wanted to go to the hotel and maybe shut their eyes for a bit because we had a late night last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was last night? Edmonton.
Edmonton,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was
Which
like
was also like
Hometown
our
show.
hometown show.
And that was the first time because that was the first time since everything shut down because we had there was something booked in the summer or the fall whenever we came here last, and that fell through because of COVID stuff. And so that last night was like oh shit, this is like the first time we played it in our hometown in over 2 years.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
really great. Yeah, it felt
Super
felt awesome.
Well, before we wrap up with the album coming out, is there anything that you have to say? But I understand that the lyrical content is quite personal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like to write that so long ago and
Mhm.
just now
Yeah.
have to deal with the freshness of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's always sort of strange, but at the same time, because it is like so personal, it's not any less, true
Yeah.
or whatever, like I can still relate to all the lyrical content on that record. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting it out, and then I feel like it's sort of like off our chest a little bit probably,
Yeah.
and then just keep on.
On to the next
doing our
one that's
thing.
already
Yeah.
Is there
somewhat
when you're
done.
performing those songs? Is there like you have a job to do? So is there a switch that you kind of go into like business mode and you're you're there to sing, or do you get lost in the
sometimes I
emotion?
do. Sometimes, it depends. Like, I mean, sometimes, because I mean, music in general is always, my whole life has always been very affecting to me. So sometimes, I get moved by it, even just, being up there and playing the songs. But at the same time, a lot of the time, you're like kind of doing it muscle memory and more
Right.
focused on if people are having a good time and you're having fun and whatnot. So it's usually, I don't get super emotional usually with it, but every once in a while, like, that
catharsis.
You never know when it's gonna catch
you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I think
but that's
really
the beauty of it.
also like another thing that like is being able to like have the interaction with people in a room for the first time in a while, because like we've offered a lot of opportunities to do like Zoom things, or like, hey, we're doing this like online thing, so like submit a video that you guys did and then you can like watch it and join in on like the chat, and it was like, this is really not the same ever at all.
Yeah, it's like the band is like, I prefer this.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah,
I mean, some
like,
people have been thriving, I feel like, in this whole thing, but it's
I
not
think
really
if
a part of
you're
what we do.
a
So.
TikTok person.
Cameos? You guys have Cameo yet?
I don't know if
Is
anybody
that the
would
one
buy
where you
them.
just
You pay to get a
And then you
little
get, like,
personalized ditty or something?
T-Pain or
You
something?
can wish my wife a happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that
Wonderful.
was like 2 months ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, next
I would buy
Well,
it.
I still didn't do anything,
Yeah.
so I need.
Yeah,
I should probably
Well,
make
sure
up
happy
for what I
birthday
did
for
do.
2023.
if you could have a cameo from anyone, that's the question I want to know. If you could have a
Who would it
question, if
be?
you could get a
Price
cameo from
doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Living or dead?
Living.
I think living.
Yeah.
I think it has to be
somewhat
be
attainable.
realistic.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who's used it before or like been
Yeah,
gifted
my friend, a friend of ours got a cameo from a drag queen that was on RuPaul for
Cool.
his girlfriend.
it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I've heard that Gilbert Gottfried's a really fun.
Really, really funny.
Yeah.
Those go
Seen him
viral
do a
a lot.
bunch,
I feel
yeah.
like.
Yeah. I'd probably go with like Larry David.
Dude, I was just about to say
Oh, really?
that.
Yeah.
All right.
That
I was
would be
just
Does he
about to
do
say
them?
I don't.
No, fuck
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Fuck
it seems
no.
like that would be his
No.
vibe. But yeah.
No.
Yeah, but if I could have anyone, I think it'd be like I'd want someone like Larry David to like cuss me out over,
Or just
Yeah.
to make you feel like
or just be like,
you
this
don't
is
matter.
stupid. I don't care about your birthday.
Yeah.
But
God damn,
anyways.
that's exactly what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. And
Oh,
I was
good.
like, I have an autographed picture of Larry David at home.
Wow.
I mean, I just bought it off like
Yeah,
fucking eBay
Sure.
or something.
Fair enough.
But it's like, yeah, maybe.
The
maybe I
Larry
should
is
have
spelled
a cameo.
Larri.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's like the John Boyd Seinfeld where
Yeah,
buys John Boyd's car.
Yeah.
When I was young, my mom like encouraged my brother and I to like write to people to see if they would write back. And my brother wrote to Adam Sandler once, and he got a postcard that had a picture of him with a goat, which I think was one of his album covers.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like, "Hello, Joel. I'm glad you like my movies."
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet.
That's amazing.
What about you? You got a cameo get? Some superstar?
I don't know. I mean, Adam Sandler would be cool.
Yeah,
The
that'd be pretty
Sandman.
sweet.
The Sandman.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know why McCartney jumped into my head. At
That'd be
first.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He
That'd be
that I don't
Probably
know.
super
like,
charming.
Look at
man.
nice.
Yeah.
I went the opposite direction you guys did, but I
Yeah.
think
No,
just
that's fair.
McCartney maybe the serenade.
That would be cool.
that actually
Yeah.
might be a possibility one day.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
the
like
other
he
thing,
would
you know?
maybe do that.
He might be. He
You
might
know
have some-
someone on the team has already mentioned it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
exactly.
been
Well,
brought up.
he needs the money.
Yeah,
That's
Oh
That's
yeah,
yes,
he
yeah.
sure
Certainly
does.
does.
He sure does.
Yeah,
especially
Anybody
after
does.
Get Back was such a flop.
All right. Well, thank you so
Wicked.
much for hanging
Thank
out.
you.
guys.
Thanks so much for having
Yeah.
us, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks,
forward
man.
to
so
it.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
It's a tight quarters in Brennan's office, but cool to get those guys in for a chat.
Our second interview in there. That's proof of concept, I guess.
I did have a regular viewer, listener of the podcast. I was like, where the hell, why are you guys?
For the Chastity episode? Yeah.
For Chastity, yeah.
Watcher or a listener?
A watcher.
A watcher on the
who
Communal
definitely
Creative
noticed
Studios YouTube channel. Okay,
the difference.
No, it was good. I chatted with Brandon last week a little bit. He was very excited about the episode, but mostly very excited about the picture that producers Ryan and Ryley grabbed that we used for the podcast
with
episode.
The Borat DVD?
Yeah.
Very nice.
He said that him and the band really liked that. So, yeah.
Well, these guys, I mean, hopefully we get a chance to get them back again.
Yep.
Because this album was pretty fresh.
Yes.
I think
but also old.
It
hadn't been released yet, but it's been in the works for 2 or 3 goddamn years.
Some have for the last little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get some familiarity behind those songs and then to hear them live again. Yeah.
And hey, if you plan on seeing the Zombies, then you're probably going to see them too, which is such
you ever seen the Zombies?
No, have you?
No, but my dad was a huge fan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I would be too. I'd like to see the Zombies.
Definitely
Why
want to
not?
see the Zombies.
Why not? So yeah, Altameda's record Born Losers is out now, and they do come through these parts quite a bit. They're a pretty busy band, so keep your eyes out on them and give them all the likes and follows and love you can on social media.
And keep an eye, because we'll have a companion piece to this episode.
Yes.
With a performance.
Such a good
from
song.
Bose.
Such a good song.
Great song, great performance.
It was a really good time.
Honestly, I've never seen them perform as the duo. I would love that, because they're performing as the duo with the Zombies. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. They've been working together for so long. I think their synergy would be pretty good.
Yeah.
What else? Who else is joining us today? Sawback. At one point last week at Bose, I've got our friends in town. At one point, Steve says, "Well, I can't leave without trying Sawback." And I was like, "Hey, you're drinking a gig beer. You are drinking Sawback. Look at your fucking can."
Yeah.
And it was all mission accomplished. Didn't even know.
If you come to a show at Bose, you're going to be drinking some Sawback gig beer.
Yes, it was. Man, that was such a good. It was just the perfect beer for that night.
It's-
Because I didn't need to drink a lot.
Yeah.
That's for goddamn sure. I definitely didn't need to drink a lot that night. And they were a nice thirst quencher. It was so hot in there. Were you hot as hell when you got there?
Yeah, well, and because I was wearing, you don't remember, obviously.
You're wearing a hoodie.
I was wearing a hoodie,
Yeah,
and I was gonna just leave the hoodie in, but it was a chilly night outside.
You were in shorts and a hoodie.
Shorts and a hoodie.
Baseball cap. Jerica reminded me at the end that I was essentially wearing a garbage bag the whole time. It's not untrue. I didn't take it off. It was I was a bucket.
There was a lot of energy in there, and that gets toasty.
It sure does. And what else? Who else? We mentioned
Go Services Inc.
Yeah.
Our good friends, who you will also pop into Dustin, who runs Go Services Inc. at a lot of shows.
Communal Creative Studios, the home of the Road The Stage. They just published another back office session with Finn McDowell.
Yeah.
Last week. You should check that out. It's very, very good. Very well done. Sounds fantastic. And they are cool dudes.
And that's why you want to subscribe, because there's shit like that coming all the time. And then you subscribe, you get that little notification. So, oh, yeah, they got another.
Yeah. So
Not
do
hard to
that.
figure out.
Show some support. It doesn't cost you anything.
And then
When do you get to say that?
And then come back here for another
episode of The Road The Stage on
Wednesday.
The Road The Stage is produced by Ryan Kuly and Ryley Surian at the Communal Creative Studios in Red Deer, Alberta. In partnership with Go Services Inc., Sawback Brewing Co., Tourism Red Deer, and Bose Bar and Stage.